Sack watch.
Oh,
And
that's how.
a slot.
Hmm.
Confused.
I think Tottenham,
Is
but you don't put Tottenham first.
no, we'll get to Tottenham, but I think Slot. How we know that Slot is losing the plot. We're trying to rhyme them is that he came with this last game 4-2-2-2-2-2.
Yeah.
Once a manager starts trying all this kind of like exotic formation, you know that the thing is about to cast. Um, Dr. Toes,
Yes.
Liverpool, back way back in Arsenal's rearview mirror, calamity everywhere,
Hmm.
and the slots basically looks like he's lost the plot. What do you make of Liverpool and their season?
Well, that's one thing with new manager bounce, when a new manager comes in and tries to, like I said, they have the freedom, they give the players the freedom, express yourself, don't worry, whatever happens, happens. That's
Mm,
nice. And when they want to start instilling their philosophy, then problems start. Like everyone keeps saying or reminding everyone that their problem started since like February, March last year, because that's when they started dropping points on a regular basis, and it did not just stop. It did not stop
mm,
this season. So Slot, I don't know if he's going to be sacked. If he still makes Champions League or Europa League, I think he'll be fine. I know it's a fall from grace, but all the players that he signed, most like his squad are mostly injured as well. To be fair, so he has that mitigating circumstances that you can pull out. But I'm sure before the end of next season, he's going. But it's just a shame that Liverpool like fell off and United are taking advantage now. So it's a betterment of you guys, and Chelsea are up there still because of Liverpool falling off. And I was happy that they fell off, because if did not fall off, I think Arsenal would just be like second or third right now. So it's cool. It's cool. We are 4 points clear, and
yeah,
everyone else is
no,
behind us. That's just a quick reminder. Thanks.
Liverpool had a very strong squad, right, Jude? But like the Champions League winners, the Premier League winners were Salah, Mane. They had Firmino, who was a killer, at what he did
Last
specifically.
season was only Salah as
Um,
well. To be fair, it was just Salah like carrying them. Salah is like, I want to finish up. Like it was meant to end the
yeah,
season. I want to
yeah,
finish
and
on a
and
bang.
rest in peace. But they also had
Jota
Jota
as
that
well.
was scoring
Yes.
goals. They had Diaz that has gone to Bayern now. So the team is trying to find itself. They spent a shit ton of money on Wirtz, for example. I think Wirtz was 100 million or so,
Yes.
and then a lot of money on Isak, another 100 million
And it's
player.
injured for the season.
Um, Injured. Right, and people like me said that Slot was riding on the coattails of Klopp because he didn't have to do anything. The guy looked to me a lot like Ten Hag in the sense that okay, just do 4-2-3-1. What are you trying to say? That Gravenbeck, is supposed to be, I don't know, Rodri or Carrick now. Let's see. And now the thing is not working. But what do you make of Liverpool's team? Van Dijk is looking like he's at the end of maybe his career.
Hmm.
Also too. Andy Robertson, the team that made Liverpool. Robertson is not there again. So this Kirkes guy, I don't know what he's doing either. The only person that is there right now is almost like, and nine day
The manage
they
things.
do everything right. Yeah, right back, midfield, wing, left wing, right wing, attacking midfield, DM, anything that Liverpool need is turning up. How can Slots rescue this team, or is it too late and are they going to sack him?
I think you should just be preparing for Alonso. For me, I think they've gotten to
Mm,
that point where you have to drain your team. They're trying to rebuild, right? So they can't buy that they are going to win this season rebuilding. It's not that easy, especially considering you bought a lot of people that probably you are meant to
yeah.
start at the same time. So it's not going to be easy winning the league that way. The thing for me is that they need to find defensively they are not good. They've been their defense is quite shaky now. That needs to be fixed, especially their centre back situation. Like the pair, it works in the Champions League, but for some reason it's not working in the league for them. And I feel like either they need to for you to win the league. I feel like you have to have a dominant player who is going to deliver
Shabazz life.
20, 25 goals for you at least. I don't know how Arsenal is trying to sneak in and we need to beat everybody
Mm,
scoring. Merino scoring and this thing.
City has
That's
done that
fine.
before, so.
But it's easier and better for you to dominate that way, then the other people can just be contributing and this thing. But I feel like they are more ego still flaring. Ekitike wants to take all the shots and
Mm.
doesn't know when to pass. The other people want to prove point. Who is 10 or 07? It's still, so you understand
Oh, 23.
everything.
I think they dashed him on this thing. They
So
dashed him one goal somewhere.
Hmm.
so it's still like that has to be, and he as a manager has to. I feel like there was a time where they were clicking. He was playing that team irrespective of how they were losing, and at some point they clicked and got some wins, and it looked like they bounced back. I don't want to blame
Mm.
Salah because he was in the game that they played and they won in Champions League.
Let's
Then,
let's stay on Salah a bit too, because they told us that it was Salah's fault that was not tracking back. That Salah did not track back. That's what caused them to not win.
Hmm.
he's running
Now
on
now
he's running on vibes
mm,
and inshallah now, and it's very risky to be running on vibes and inshallah. It's better for you to stick to something that you believe in and work, make some tweaks as it goes, right?
That's what he's doing now. Now that's what Slot is doing now. He's doing what he believes in.
It's not easy to. He's lucky that
now real
Isak is injured.
tweaking.
He's actually lucky that Isak is injured. If Isak wasn't injured, he'll be more
Hmm.
confused now.
Hmm.
That's where the problem is. He just needs to stick to it and work on the defense. If they can work on the defense, they are more likely okay to get close to a top four finish. Right now, they are looking like they might not even see Europa League the way they are playing.
The way this league is looking like, it's like, you have to be extra. You have to have that extra X factor, like United do now, I
Hmm.
think, to get in the
Two
top
games
four.
or 2 games.
To get in the top four, because otherwise, you're going to beat most of the teams second half of the table. I think Liverpool have enough quality
We have
to
we have
beat
15
several
games now.
teams.
15 games is 45
No,
points.
yes,
We can do
they have
something.
a lot of they have a lot of quality to beat the lesser teams, but I think to get into that top four space, you need to be a team that is firing, together as one. And one team that is also, I guess, on the sack watch, their fans are going through a lot. And I make fun of slots. We make fun of managers who come from other leagues, but sometimes even managers within the Premier League, like Thomas Frank, who was a contender for the Man U job at some
You can't
point.
blame him.
I think if you ask some Arsenal fans also, I
Spurs are
remember
cursed.
vividly. I don't know if it's Ligona, one of them, who people who have nominated Thomas Frank also while he was at Brentford for some high profile jobs, and then they come and give you a job at, I don't know, can we still call Spurs a good team?
It's
Because
still a high
what Spurs
profile
were,
because they spend a lot of money and they're in the Champions League.
is
So
a high profile team, right? But like what they were when we were younger was a team that had,
Amorim gave them
whether it
that
was
spot.
whether it was Tom Huddlestone or
Gareth Bale,
um, Gareth Bale, even before Gareth Bale, Robbie Keane,
Defoe,
Spurs were always a team that like were,
Townsend,
in and around top seven. Townsend,
yeah,
Modric,
they had players.
Van der
They
Vaart.
had players that's like Van der Vaart. They had players that's, well, now
Modric.
I don't know if it's that this Tottenham squad, Modric, of course. I don't know if it's that this squad is trash, or if it's that Thomas Frank is not as good a coach
Already,
as we
the
thought it
squad is
was,
squad is
or
trash.
if it's just a bad
Two coaches,
match.
two coaches.
But
The squad is trash.
Spurs is going through a lot.
They just have a little
Like I
guy.
told, from the other side of London,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I know it's good. It probably feels good to see Spurs this way,
Always.
but really, what's going on at Spurs, and how long does Thomas Frank have left?
I think I don't even know, I don't know because since they've not even sacked him by now, I'm sure if Levy was there, Frank would be gone by now because his own
Mm.
is always like get me Champions League
Yeah, that's
football.
true. They've done their own Ratcliffe change around
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if he was there, like right now, Champions League is not looking possible. Sack him. Let's get someone else to bring Champions League money. That's one. So I don't even. I think it's a bad match. I think they felt for the hype of last season because Brentford like played very well last season. So they were thinking we have
Mm.
They're playing better
Brennan,
now.
we have Brennan Johnson, we have Solanke, we have Richarlison. Maybe we can do something with those strikers. And to be fair, Richarlison has delivered because he scored lots of goals for them. They brought in Kudus thinking he was going to
Mhm.
do the same thing for them, but for some reason he just was just very very defensive. I think the pressure is getting to him. Like he's still trying to understand what it is like to manage a big team, and long may that continue. I hope they don't sack him. I hope he stays there. But it's just a
Please
mismatch.
let him stay. Oh.
It's
We
a
have him
mismatch
two
because the
matches.
fans,
before they play Arsenal again
yeah,
now.
No, we have him two
Almost
matches to
true.
come. So we need to beat them. So let him stay.
sorry,
Beat them.
their fans, Tottenham fans always want attacking football, right? And what is it called now? And gave them attacking football but no defense. So they went the
Kamikaze.
opposite way, went to go and bring a defensive coach that's supposed to play counter attacking football, but they're not even doing that very well. The players are not listening to him. Like, so who knows how he's coaching the like how he's talking to the players on the in the dressing room. So that's another problem that he has to overcome. It needs to be he needs to show that he's the gaffer, he's the boss, and everything else will fall into
Mm.
place. Because I think sometimes players will also revolt. If they don't like you, they're just going to do whatever they like on the pitch, and it's always coming out to say, I take responsibility. He never says anything bad about the players. Like, light some people up once in a while, let them know that you're not playing. But that's for Tottenham to
I
correct.
mean, so Jude, you make a fair point that Brentford is playing well right now, right? And I think Brentford is one of those teams like Brighton that like clearly they are managed very well. Like the structure behind the scenes is a very good setup. Their recruitment is on point. They know how to find, solid low
Yes.
fee players from around Europe or the world that can come and make them punch above their weights in the league. So maybe Thomas Frank was being aided by a fantastic, Brentford FC quote unquote structure behind him that can replace the manager and have the wheel go on. I think we know Brighton is another team like that in the league. Forest look like that kind of team, as
Yeah.
well.
Forest
But
is
like,
good.
is there anything to Thomas Frank? Is he
I,
a fraud
I,
that has been
I
exposed,
won't.
or is Spurs just a cursed team?
I don't think he's a fraud. The other thing we're not adding is we don't know Thomas Frank under pressure. He's in a team that there's not much expectation. Do you understand? Like how Onana
Mm,
is in Aston Villa. They'll probably not fire him. Or how Diego Simeone is in Atletico Madrid. They won't fire him.
mm,
He keeps delivering that third. You understand? And probably the La Liga knows that the third team is Atletico. It's the same way Brentford will probably know, oh, we're in between anywhere between 8 to 13 is okay for us. Just
mm,
try and keep us as close as possible. If we push weight
mm,
and we get Europa, it's fine. So he doesn't feel that pressure. You understand? So now he's in Tottenham, there's expectation. You are in a Champions League winning squad and a winning team. Right? Sorry,
Europa League,
Champions League,
Europa
Europa
League.
League,
Calm down,
Champions
calm
League
down.
playing team. Sorry, let me put it like qualifying team or
I
playing
know
team.
that you don't want to. I know that you have PTSD from Tottenham beating you in the final. I understand, but it's Europa
So
League.
if you look on the other
oh
side, in
God,
the
those
Champions League,
things
they
have
are not
passed away.
actually doing bad. In the Champions League, they're in top eight, right? They are one match to go. So if they win the next match,
Mm,
they have a good standing for another opposition. So they may get to quarterfinals. Who knows? It might look like a year where they will sneak in and get to semis like they did that year, or get to. You understand? Champions League is a fair place. But
yeah,
then when you come to the league, you want to tweak things. That's where managers keep having issues. We want to tweak what we played last week. Maybe there was one error and you want to tweak it. You understand? Ateta tweaked the team that played Nottingham Forest to win Inter Milan, those kind of stuff, and then thought it would work against Man U, and he collected. So I feel
what
like
to, mm,
aside from that, he's not really that great a genius. So it's expected that Tottenham will be between the fifth to eighth position. But being this far is and the league is not
yeah,
far. If he
14.
takes like 4 wins now, he's back up. Do you understand? So it's not that
Yeah,
far. So the players
let's talk
Spurs is
about
just Spurs. That's the thing here.